down. Oh god, Savior should have had that, honestly. Meanwhile, now has some overlords moving down towards Canata's main. Has some overlords alongside Muda's. Muda's going to move in and take the brunt of the attack. Actually going to be a drop, most likely coming in from Savior. Is going to drop a lot of force, a lot of Hydras moving in. A lot of Goliaths to help defend, though. Most of the overlords, because some of them are going to move back, but there are those Hydras in play. Those Mudas acting as a pretty good sandbags. Actually, you can take a lot of damage. Savior being forced to micro. A lot of his Hydras go away from the SCVs. Canata doing beautiful play. However, Savior does manage to take out all the ground force. The one single Valkyrie in the air that should be able to prevent. The tank is going to go down. No, the tank survives due to SCVs. Savior's drop fails. Oh, man, he just didn't manage to micro his Hydras well enough against all the forces all over the place. Now trying to expand at the 9 o'clock, but that's going to completely, it's going to get mines all over the place. And Kanata's done a beautiful harassment job. Savior did take out quite a few forces of Kanata's at his main, but didn't do much else. Now going to move for Hydras, trying to take out this Vultures at 9 o'clock. A lot of mines there, though. He has to be very careful. He does have overlords in place, so he should be able to take out all those mines safely. And Kanata's still just running around all over the place with Vultures, trying to do some damage. Finally putting down an engineer base, so we're going to have some turrets in play. There's some Comstat stations being put down. And Canata at this point has teched up completely. Does have that science facility up finally. And Savior does have a few awards that are hiding away. I'm going to see we're actually going to go for yet another drop fairly soon. All those awards at the peak of health, interestingly enough. And Savior does have another group of Mutos coming out ready. Do have Carapace 1 upgrade. Not quite sure what his ground forces have. Not quite sure what Kanata's ground forces have either. I think he might have put up 2 armories. I'm not quite sure. Savior actually reinforcing, put down even more overlords at the right-hand side. We're going to see who actually tries to go for another drop. He's just, so far, just going around, moving out, trying to take out mines. Does have some Scourge alongside, just in case he spots something he wants to kill. You know, sometimes that happens. Something such as, I don't know, dropships, science vessels, Valkyries. Just gonna run around and try to kill out some Vultures that are just planting mines all over the place. Turrets being put down by Canata, so he's gonna find himself at a slightly more defendable position the longer he waits. And Savior still being allowed. Okay, he has put down his 9 o'clock position. Meanwhile, Canata has put down 11 o'clock. Savior's gonna get his new base pretty badly harassed. Not gonna be forced to. He's not probably gonna lose it because the Vultures on play are gonna be taken out now, and there's gonna be a sunken colony being put down there. So Savior's gonna be able to defend it fairly soon. One overlord just outside of Kanata's new base getting taken out. It was almost taken out as it was flying over, and I think Savior actually might be thinking of going for another full-on attack. Canata now has some tanks to supplement his ground forces. And has 2 upgrades, 1 armor, 2 weapons. Has turrets all over the place in his main. Look at that. Just using a lot of resources. And Savior actually going to fly right towards all those turrets. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Take some shots and fly right back. And I need a sip of water. There we go. Still Goliaths all over the place, and just I think Canata has built up such a huge defensive army. He's playing a sort of a turtle style. He hasn't really moved out again after that one single attack which failed towards the lower left. But he did move towards the neck. He just has those Vultures really to move around, adding in even more turrets just prevent anything from coming in. Savior trying to move when Overlord is going to sacrifice life. Does drop a couple of Hydras. Are going to take out those Vultures, but Goliath's going to move in fairly quick to take out Savior again, moving in with Overlords at the right-hand side. So he's thinking maybe the natural, he's using Kanata's focus on the other base. Actually, going to move to the natural expansion. There are a lot of turrets there, though. Takes out one single turret, then instantly flies back. Kanata's been turning up way too much. There's so many turrets all over the place. So an air attack is not going to be too successful for Savior. I think he might actually be needing to get some more ground forces. Hydralisks, of course, being fairly effective against them Goliaths. Yet another expansion to be prepared by Canata. I assume this is one that's going to be for the 10 o'clock base. That's the 3rd gas that he's going to need to help supplement. I'm still surprised there's so much armor all over the place and that's been able to supplement that he does have enough gas. Savior has a lot of Mutalisks in the air. But really, just the problem about mech for Zerg is that you can't really use Mutalisks to hold the mech army back like you would a medic marine army. You need ground forces to hold them back, because that's really you want to take advantage of. He has a lot of Mutalisks though, so if he manages to use them correctly, he's going to be in a good position. But all those Goliaths on the ground are very effective against all those Mutalisks. One single Overlord going to fly, sacrifice its life to spot the positioning. Weapons 2 and armor 2 at this point for Canata. Savior only has 1 Carapace upgrade on his Mutalisks. Doesn't have much in the way of ground force. Does have some Hydras on the field. Still flying around all over the place. The Mutas has to be very careful not to get those caught and taken out. I think at this point it might be even... yeah, probably 3 control groups, if not more at this point. So many Mutas are going to actually fly towards the next expansion. So Savior is actually going to go for it, I believe. Is flying towards the next expansion. Is going to go for this. Canata has some of his forces. Has moved out just at this time. Is going to start by taking out everything here. All the turrets. And instantly going to fly back. Just trying to clear the position for himself. Forcing Canata to move his Goliaths back. Making sure that Canata cannot move forces out. Canata, meanwhile, has pulled a Vulture at Savior's natural expansion. 2 Vultures. Both of them have been taken out. But at the cost of several drones. So Canata still doing a beautiful job of just harassing all over the place. Savior not going to move any ACVs that were possibly thinking of building a new base at the 1 o'clock position. Still turrets being put down the natural expansion yet again by Canata. Canata just doing a beautiful job getting upgrades, and soon enough he's just going to be able to roll over with Savior. Now moving forces towards the new 9 o'clock base, and Savior really needs to do something in response. This could be a good timing either to it. Possibly he might be thinking of attacking those forces on the ground. Even more Mutas now coming out for him. I'm very surprised how he's forcing so many forces just on his ground. He does have Carapace 2 upgrades at this point, but Canata has forces moving towards his 9 o'clock. And Savior actually might be moving towards Kanata's natural. He's thinking of a counterattack. Knows that Savior doesn't have much. That Canata doesn't have much defending, although Canata has moved several forces back to defend. It is moving some Goliaths back to his natural expansion. Knows it doesn't want to leave it completely open. He's put down 1,000,005 freaking turrets, though, to help against these Mutas. Mutas are going to go out. Some Scourge are going to engage the Valkyries. The rest of the Mutas are going to start off by engaging the Goliaths. Canata doing a good job here of splitting his Goliaths, though. Some Goliaths from the back, some Goliaths at the front. That's what you want to do, so the Mutas can't attack all the forces at the same time. And now Savior really needs to move his Mutas towards this new base at the 9 o'clock position. Just try to kind of run around those Goliaths and take out those tanks. If he manages to do that, that's going to be very good. But Canata with so many Goliaths on the ground. Muta is going to meet some Goliaths that try to fly by. Going to engage someone, going to fly back. Oh, just not being allowed. And Canata has taken out Savior's 9 o'clock base. And Savior with so many Mulisks in the air could be in danger. Doesn't really have much else. He's mining on 3 bases. Still hasn't taken up his 4th. Putting down sunken colonies now at his new lower left. And he's going to be forced to defend it to the death. He's going to be forced to sacrifice some forces. He has that huge Mutalisk army, which he hasn't been able to use too much because Canata has turtle up so heavily inside of his main bases. And now adding in a new base at 10 o'clock, which Savior has to go for now if he wants to take it out. While Canata is going for his own natural expansion, he's going to be able to completely clean up. Meanwhile, Savior is going to counterattack at this new 10 o'clock base. Should be able to clean it up fairly easily. That command center just floating away, waiting to die. And Canata, meanwhile, just knocking on Savior's front door. He's going to lose his natural expansion. So many Goliaths just run in, never mind taking out any possible sunkens. And Canata actually has some forces. Oh, Savior, take out the command center! Oh, God, send a contingent, at least send those out. But Canata now moving right into Savior's main. He's taking out two bases of Savior's at this point. Savior's sunkening up like crazy all over the place. And not really sure what he can do with his Mutalisk out. Finally, some sunken colonies go down, but I'm not going to be able to delay all of these forces for very long. Drones being pulled off the line. We're going to see whether Savior, I think he has those Mutalisk flying back as we speak. He's going to be very desperate. Canata, way to overdo the mech build, my friend. Now those Mutas are going to move out right into the thick of things. Going to engage all those guys. It's going to be do or die. But Canata with armor 3 and weapons 2. Those Goliaths can take so many hits. More Mutas flying in for Savior. But Savior just no weapons upgrades on his Mutalisks. And not managed to do any more. Even more Goliaths moving down southward. And Savior, even if he managed to clean this up, he is doing a very good job. A lot of his Goliaths are staying alive. Now a lot of his Mutalisks are staying alive. All of the Goliaths have actually been taken down. But Savior, meanwhile, has lost his entire main. The tanks are the only thing that left. The tanks are going to go down. But now Savior had a new base at the 4 o'clock position that has also been taken down. Horrible damage now for Savior. Oh, dear God. The tanks are going to get cleaned up. But so much damage has been done that I don't think Savior can recover at all at this point. Canata has even more forces moving down. Savior has one single mining base at his lower left hand. And lost so many hatcheries. Doesn't have any, even if he has a mining base, he has no production whatsoever. He has so few forces on the ground. Canata now going to move towards Savior's last base, and that could be it. Savior actually moving out with his Mutas towards the north, trying to catch Canata off guard because Canata doesn't have much in the way of forces. He's going to catch the new base at the 1 o'clock, but there are Goliaths in place. GG coming in from Savior. So we're not going to see Savior going to the round of 16 a second time, while Canata does manage to do it. Wow. Bit of a surprise, I gotta say, but at the same time, well, kind of happy for the guy. So that's Group G for you guys. Savior will not be joining us yet again, but what are you going to do? So once again, I apologize for the possible crappy sound quality. It's kind of weird doing commentaries with a microphone that I started doing them with, because I upgraded. But, I have some plans to fix this whole position. Only there could be a few days of commentaries like this. So if the sound is unbearable, I apologize. So yeah, Group H, fairly soon, I'm hoping. So I'm a busy boy. Busy man. Because I'm a man, not a boy, goddammit. So yeah. GG guys, ranching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.